Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for your patience. We are experiencing some technical difficulties up here in the broadcast booth with our production, just getting everything updated and squared away. Lots of things going on behind the scenes to make this happen. But we are currently about 30 minutes into the 2-hour Collegiate Sportscar Challenge at Bathurst Mount Panorama. So there's still 3/4 of the action left to go. I'm Ryan Whitlock, joined by the esteemed panel. We've got Ricky Paz, our FC director, and Nick Stockner, our Cup Series director. How's it going, gentlemen?
Welcome to tonight's proceedings. It's going. We didn't think we'd get this far. Ladies and gentlemen, we had a lot of technical difficulties, but don't worry, we're here, and we're trying.
And that's really all you can ask for in these 2-hour endurance events, right? You know, we've got quite a lot on our plate, and so do these drivers. Ryan, tell us a little bit about Mount Panorama Circuit.
Yeah, Mount Panorama is one of the hardest tracks on the schedule. Actually, last race in the Collegiate Sportscar Challenge at Daytona, we had a couple incidents farther back in the field that I wasn't very happy to see as the Sports Car Challenge director. So I instituted a few minimums, stricter requirements for this race. You needed to have a minimum I rating of 1200, and you needed to meet a minimum cutoff time of 2 minutes 8 flat, which was significantly meaner than Daytona. A pretty long track, almost 4 miles long. It has more than 4 corners, but it was opened in 1938. Aussies have been racing here for decades. Very slow pit road speed limit of 31 miles an hour. And it was first seen, well, this is its first appearance in the Sports Car Challenge in New South Wales, Australia, famous for hosting the Bathurst 1000 and the Repco Supercars Championship, as well as the Bathurst 12-hour of Intercontinental GT racing.
Well, gentlemen, we're about half an hour into this race. Why don't we see, we spent the half hour, and y'all are waiting, and we know what you're here for. Nick, what are they here for?
Well, they're definitely here for the fact that we got questions of the day, and we have a game show tonight. Don't you worry. So, for the folks at home, it's very simple. We have 6 different questions of the day. I've got a little dice right here next to me. I'm going to roll a dice, and that's going to tell me how many questions.
We got a murder, Donovan Kennedy.
I can ask. Oh, Lord.
Donovan Kennedy has been absolutely murdered.
Well, how did he get murdered, and how did he get murdered in the CAL Cup Series that's got an hour and 31 minutes left in?
The number 89 car, who I believe is a rookie, murdered him.
Oh, boy.
A while ago. Anywho, yeah, 30 minutes in, stuff's happening.
Yeah.
Donovan's trying to pit, or no, he's not. Jason Wallett's avoiding him. I guess Donovan's okay.
He's avoiding him
Nick,
like that.
sorry to interrupt.
No problem. So I've got 6 questions of the day that we can ask our esteemed drivers that we're going to bring into this panel, and I've got a dice. So I'm going to roll it once. It's going to tell me how many questions we're going to ask, 1 through 6, and then roll a dice again to see just which questions we're going to ask. And afterwards, when I ask for my music, you'll get to hear that later, in which we go to lightning round, where we ask them 3 questions. They have to get all 3 right. If they don't, what do we do to them, Ricky?
We're going to tell them to get out of here.
Exactly. And if they do get all 3 questions correct, they get the opportunity to, have a chat. Give us their take, tell us what's on their mind, thank their families if they want, the whole 9 yards. And I think, personally, we have a very good first contestant. I'm going to bring him in because I just feel like that he needs to be, messed with a little bit. We're going to bring him in. Mr. Connor Bingle, welcome to the panel.
Bing Bong's here.
What's up? What's up?
You're here. You're in pit lane. Mr. Bingle, we got a very long night ahead of us here, so we're gonna really roll with this here. So I've got a dice here. I've got 6 different questions of the day I can ask you. I'm gonna roll this dice first to see how many I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you 3 questions tonight, Mr. Bingle. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, you're ready. Let me roll the dice first here. Question number 4. All right, question number 4 is, and actually, I'm going to tell you the correct answer to this question afterwards if you get it wrong. Do you think Australia actually has spider insurance?
Yes.
You are correct, sir. It is an option on Australians' homeowners insurance policies. What do you have to say about that?
Of course it does, because that country just can't be normal.
Of course.
Can't be normal.
Question number 2. Which question am I going to get to ask you? Question number 6. This is a fun one here, gentlemen. What is your favorite racing series? In real life or CIL? Give us your take, and we'll respond to it.
We'll just say NASCAR Cup.
Oh,
That's absolutely
come
stupid.
on now.
Oh Lord,
Stupid. What?
it's stupid.
Generic.
That's
take.
NASCAR fan.
Okay,
generic
okay,
Southern
fine,
American
fine,
take
fine.
right here.
This guy.
The Southern Super Series, but none of you know what that is, so I'm not.
Even
worse.
worse.
You know what?
Lord,
None of you know
Lord,
what that
Lordy.
is.
I think we
Oh,
need that.
my
I think we
God.
need that third question, Nick.
We do need that third question. Let me roll the dice here real fast. Question number 5. Okay. What is your favorite Australian province/territory?
Is this multiple choice?
No, you're just going to give us your favorite one. Do you know any of them?
I think. Let me think about this for a second.
No,
What is my
he's
favorite-
googling. He's googling.
It's their version of states, Bingle. Come on.
They've only got 6 of them.
Queensland. Queensland's pretty cool. I
Oh,
like
that's
Queensland.
basic. That's
Googled it.
absolutely basic. He did
Google said it.
He had to. All right, so that's our questions of the day. Now we have the second part of the day, and I need my music, please. Welcome to the game show, Mr. Bingle. I am your host, Zane Zipaflip, and welcome to the game show called Lightning Round. Here at Lightning Round, I want to ask you 3 questions. If you get any of the 3 questions wrong, what do we do to them, Ricky?
Is that Clint around the outside of Placencia? All right, what a move, Clint. Sorry, Nick.
We tell him to get out of here, Nick. We tell him get him out of here.
Exactly we do. So, Mr. Bingle, are you ready to play the Lightning Round?
I'm ready.
All right, perfect. Question number 1. Name a city in Australia that isn't Sydney or Melbourne.
Perth.
Wow, you're right.
Oh, wow,
Good
we
one.
got one.
Question number 2. Name an Australian F1 winner that isn't Danny Rick or Oscar Piastri.
Bro, I don't watch F1.
Is that your final answer?
Hold on.
No, Google.
No Googling.
No.
You got 5
I'm
seconds.
thinking about Australian NASCAR drivers.
5.
Did Ambrose ever race F1? I don't think he did.
Oh.
Get him out of here! He's gone. Get him out of here. Goodbye, Connor
Ladies and
Bingle.
gentlemen, that is the Lightning Round, and the answer, if you were looking for one, is Mark Webber.
That's one answer. Gentlemen, sorry to interrupt the fun that the Steam panel is known for, but I do think we should try to give a little bit of a recap as to the racing action that's happened so far, as Jaime Placencia looks to the inside of Clint Halterman, doesn't get it done. So since, unfortunately, we had those 30 minutes of technical difficulties, our pole sitter was none other than our Muhammad Ali with Edwin Onofre second and Chris Parise. We asked him how to say that last race, and we already forgot.
Yeah, we
In third,
You know,
Dale
it
Davidson
is.
fourth, and Jake Cummings fifth. But, unfortunately, a lapped car spun around in Forest Elbow, which is a tight hairpin. That corner is blind, and several of the leaders, genuinely, probably 7 of the top 10, hit that lapped car. As the series director, I'm going to be having a little conversation with that lapped car later. But now that means Edwin Onofre is out in the lead, as you can see on your timing tower, with a 7-second gap. Cale Davidson in P2. R. Muhammad Ali in P3, not where he wants to be, and Chris Priest is down to 4th. So, I mean, Edwin, I know he had a few things to say to me about the car's BOP. I did him a favor, and rather than giving the Acura 23 kilograms of ballast, I made it 22. But this is really his race to lose. We're only 30 minutes in. We're probably creeping up on the first round of green flag pit stops, but things got shaken up early at the start, but since that wreck, there really hasn't been much fighting for the lead. You're going to have to look elsewhere, like we saw earlier with Clint Halterman and Jaime Placencia, if you want to see any battles on the track on this fearsome mountainous circuit. Back to you, gentlemen. Sorry, had to inform the people.
Of course. If you want cars that are actually relatively close together right now, Hunter Hidesti and Jay Cummings are in 6th and 7th, and they are relatively close. As well as this battle right here between Andrew Voigt and I believe that Adrian Tubakovic out of St. Clair College. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's a couple cars that, they suffered some pretty significant damage and had, good nights, ended up in the gutter. One of those guys was Thomas Crump. He was P5, the old Pied Piper, as they like to call him. He was up there and running, and now is going to be relegated to a 36th place finish. It's really sad to see him do that. Really wanted to see him up there running well. Other cars that seem to have taken on significant damage. Lucas Moody took on significant damage. Our game show player, Bengal, he took on some significant damage, but he was in the back because he's at the bungle. Moving further up the field, Jason Wallet has taken some significant damage several times. Has also been called up for his radio chatter because, quite frankly, it's a little bit early. But you know what? It's all right. Moving on further up the field, Ricky, anybody you think could challenge Edwin? I know Kale is sort of there. Alif is sort of behind him.
Kale's definitely on my mind, and there's someone else we've talked about the past few races, and that's Chris Parise in the 8 car. We know that he's been quick, but we've seen him make a couple mistakes. And gentlemen, you know this is not the track to make mistakes. So if Chris Parise can lock in, I think that we could have a very good finish from that 8 car.
I agree. You know what, gentlemen? I think as we get ready for this round of green flag pit stops, fuel lasts about 40 to 45 minutes with these 75% reduced gas tanks we run at Collegiate Sportscar Challenge. I think before we do those pit stops, I would like to bring somebody into the booth. What do you guys think?
You would? Okay, fair enough.
Well, let's bring him in. Mr. Hidesti, welcome to the booth. Welcome to your meeting with the esteemed panel. Tell us a little bit how your race has gone so far. I know we weren't able to get those 30 minutes live streamed, but it seemed pretty interesting.
Eventful.
It's a little chaotic, it's what you get around the mountain.
Seems like you had some fun with some of your competitors. Maybe Jake Cummings a little bit over there?
Yeah, I thought I could get the car slowed down in time, and
you did.
Into the apex,
you did.
You did. Don't concede. That wasn't your fault.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know.
That's what the panel says, and that's what I'm going with.
It was close. I mean, I only looked at it one time, and the replay never lies, but I probably need to look at it 5 more times. It was borderline whether or not you were far enough there to be warranted to the move, but you did slow down enough. Anywho. Nick, you want to hit him with our...
Let's get it rolling.
Raid mark.
Oh boy, here we are. So it's a 2-tier day today, Hunter. Don't you worry. First of all, we're going to ask you some questions in the day. Today, we can ask you anywhere between 1 and 6. I'm going to roll this dice here to tell me just how many questions I'm going to ask you. The answer is 4. So I'm going to ask you 4. I'm going to ask you 4 questions, Hunter. Are you ready?
Well, as long as you didn't roll a d20, but sure.
Fair enough. Well, that's for Nords. Don't you worry.
Love it.
Going down the line. Question number 5. All right. What is your favorite Australian province / territory?
New South Wales.
Why is that?
All right.
That's the East Coast, right? Ooh.
I think so. I mean, most of it is the East Coast.
Sliding through the mountain there, but that's where Bathurst is. What are you talking about? And Gold Coast. And
Oh, fair enough. You did better than what Bengal said. Bengal said Queensland for some reason.
You totally had to
I'm gonna
Google
say,
it.
I'm going to say number 1, New South Wales. Number 2, Queensland. Number 3, Perth, which I guess is technically West Australia.
It is Western Australia.
This fucking guy. Excuse my French.
There's also South Australia.
There is, and there's also the Northern
Oh,
Territory.
we got a big wreck. Andrew Voigt on the mountain.
Oh, God.
That's the 9 car. He wrecked hard. Go back like 10 seconds, 15 seconds. He died
Yeah,
a very,
sounds
very
unfortunate.
sad death. And he's going to get these people's way.
There was some damage. Oh, Lord. Here we go. Through the mountain. I think that's Andrew Williams, 2 cars back there. He's going to be a little bit, involved in that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like at the Rolex 24 where Rexy was missing its teeth. That's what happened to Andrew Voigt in the mountain.
Right.
I have
Having
no
driven
mouth, and I
Porsche.
must scream.
Maybe, maybe not. All right, okay, let's ask him another question here. We asked him one question. Question number 1. Would you eat a Vegemite sandwich?
Yes, only if I get to eat fairy bread afterwards.
I don't know
Fairy
what
bread?
that is.
Fairy bread is bread with sprinkles.
Are you telling us that our resident Australian wannabe doesn't know what that is?
No, Hunter is more of an Australian wannabe than me, Ricky. I can confirm.
All right,
Is
all
this
right.
a replay of Mr. Voigt?
Yes, maybe.
Oh, we went
that's
back
a-
a little bit. Here we go.
Oh,
Oh, he gets loose.
he hit the wall.
Well, here's the thing that's interesting to me. Andrew Voigt said over the comms, "You should have just let me by," but it doesn't look like he was being held up there. I don't know, gentlemen.
I don't think-
Talking to, I don't know.
I don't think he was.
Anyways,
Okay, we've
Question
asked
3.
him 2 questions so far. What's the next one up? Oh, it's question number 6. What is your favorite series, either IRL or CIL? Give us your take. What's your favorite series, racing-wise?
IMSA.
Wow, he really doesn't care for WEC. What a guy.
Unbelievable.
overrated take.
Wow.
GTP only fan.
This guy
Wow.
goes to one Road Atlanta race and thinks he's the king.
One.
One. I've been going since I was 14. I
Unbelievable.
skipped high
I
school
can't
prom to
believe
go to Road Atlanta. I
This
watched the
guy
R18
skipped prom.
crash.
This guy
Probably doesn't even know what Daytona prototypes were.
Unbelievable.
Golly bum, what a bum. Okay, we're going on to question 4 here. That'd be number 3.
Hit me with it, Riddlemeister.
Would you this one's going to be easy for you. Would you travel to Australia?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you take me?
That was
You wanna-
quick.
You want to go to Bathurst, Hunter?
Yeah, let's go.
I've been
Fair enough.
I've been wanting to do the 1000 at some point, so I'll make sure whenever I go, you'll come with me. All right.
All right,
Hell
we're
yeah.
getting ready for the
Hell yeah.
best part.
You're right. Cue it up. Welcome, Mr. Hidesti, to the game show. It's time to play a
Oh,
lightning round. I'm your host, Woodrow, but don't have a paddle. And today, here we are.
Nick,
for-
please, I have to pit.
Great, we're here for a great
Go
game
on.
show. Don't worry.
Thomas Comfort on Pat Kovacs. All right, let's get a look at Hunter and try to mess up his pit entry as much as possible.
The rules of this game show are very simple. I'm going to ask you 3 questions. Get them all right, and we get to let you stay. Give us your take. Thank your family. Whole 9 yards. And if you don't, what do we do to them, Ricky?
We tell him to get out of here.
Exactly. That's what we do. So you ready, Hunter?
I'm ready.
Okay. Question number 1. Name a city in Australia that isn't Sydney or Melbourne.
Gold Coast.
Correct. Question number 2. Name an Australian F1 winner that isn't Danny Rick or Oscar Piastri.
Alan Jones.
Base.
Wow. You
Well, that's a good
are
one.
knowledgeable. Question
Someone told me to say
number-
Mark Webber. I said Alan Jones, baby.
Question number 3. How many NASCAR Cup Series races have been won by Australians?
2.
He's right! He is right! It is
let's
all
go!
3! Good lad! Marcus Ambrose won both of them, by the way.
Yes,
but-
sir.
All right, Hunter. So now that you've won Lightning Round, tell us, what's on your mind?
Well, I'm pitting in. I'm taking fuel. I'm gonna see how much damage I have.
All right, over under minute 15, gentlemen.
I'm taking the over.
I'll take the over.
I'll take the over.
Over.
Oh,
All
this
right,
is
let's
very
find
tricky
out. Let's
pit-in.
find out. Let's stay with Hunter. Bro, you just got a 1x on pit entry?
This guy, cheater, cheater.
Yeah, but look how much time I made up on Adam here.
Unbelievable
All right.
cheater.
Slow
Over under
down.
on minute 15 of damage on Hunter Haddeste's car.
Taking the over.
Taking the over.
Yeah, let's find out. Let's find out. I'm going with the under. I'll just be the opposite to what you guys picked.
That sounds about right.
As he pulls into his box. Oh, this is exciting.
Ooh, 1 minute 54, and it's optional.
Over,
I mean, obviously it's optionals, but
yeah, we're optionals included. All right, well, Ricky, Nick, you guys won that first ever CIL gambling.
Well,
Dr. Sportsbook, baby.
Did you mention gambling?
Woo-woo!
Hunter, before you go, because you have won lightning round, you do get to thank some people, thank some friends, family, maybe a certain friend group. Can't mention race name anymore.
It starts with the letter V. I don't know.
What would you like to thank?
First off, I want to thank the great country of Australia for building such a beautiful racetrack. Secondly, I want to thank my orange friends. It helped me mature and overcome my crippling addiction to this awesome track. And by overcome, I mean
Fuel.
absolutely.
Enable.
Yes, enabling. Thank you. And lastly, I want to thank the esteemed panel again for bringing me on here.
Of course.
It's always an honor.
It's always an honor to be here with the esteemed panel, if you will, here tonight on the channel. Hunter, we're going to get you back down to where you belong. I think he's over here. And that is the second person that we've asked these questions to. And gentlemen, let me just know, what do you think of lightning round? This is a kind of an experimental night.
That was fantastic. I'm surprised Hunter got the last one right, because even Ricky, who proposed the question, got it wrong.
That's right.
Ricky thought Shane Van Gisbergen was from Australia.
I was looking at Wikipedia. I'm not that smart, you know.
Who would even think? I mean, Hunter's not really much of a NASCAR guy, so when he just like, oh, 2, I'm like, holy crap, he's got it right.
I think Hunter's enough of a supercars guy though to know Ambrose. That's probably where that's coming from.
That probably is where that's coming from.
Let's see how our race is going.
Let's pose the question to the chat. Chat, what do you think about the lightning round? Are you enjoying it? And is it something you want to see going forward? Let us know. And while you're down there in the chat, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you like what you're watching. Hit the like button on our YouTube channel.
Car around. It's Jason Wallet. He has pulled away, unlike others, to allow traffic to go. That is on the mountain. It's very tight. He's in 17th right now, which is, good, I guess. I mean, I know he was struggling to get to that minimum time that you set there, Ryan.
Yeah, well, we're going to get a replay here of what happened to Jason. I think I know exactly what happened. Yep, just gets in all right. This looks okay, but carried a bit too much speed there. You can see the brake lights flash, inconsistent application of the brake, and then just loops it around. I think he does a good job of watching his relative here. Shout out to Jason for that. Doing a little 3-point turn, keeping an eye on people coming by. That's fantastic. I'm happy to see that as the series director.
Well, you do know that Jason Wallet is a titan of RCIL sport, and so always a good day when he's on track.
You said it, not me. Moving on forward here, we got Chris Parise and Adam Willoughby fighting here for the first position outside the podium. Parise involved in that incident early on in the race, one of the leaders that took damage from, I believe it was the 20 car that was just simply, we don't even know what he was doing. He was like holding up traffic in New York City. But here he is, fighting through these S's, using that sleek, slender Corvette, if you will, to his advantage.
Yeah, these guys are both fresh out of the pit, so they've got a full tank of fuel and fresh tires to fight with each other. Oh my gosh, Jake Cummings is dead, super dead. 95, Jake Cummings hits the wall coming out of Forest Elbow hard. That is a terrible spot on track. Car's coming, that's Daniel Manning.
I think we're going to need a yellow here, gents.
Oh, God, he's going to hit another one.
Yep, that's a yellow. I'm calling it. It's out, yellow.
Holy mother.
First ever yellow in this series. I don't even know if we had one last season.
You're going to need to have a conversation with him afterwards. That's unbecoming of a person of his caliber. And he's got no rear wing. He's struggling around.
I think that car's done, gents. I think that car's done.
It just might. Ryan, there's a saying that we had at Daytona for something like that. What would we call that?
I honestly forgot, Nick. You want to remind me?
We got to get the tarps, ladies and gentlemen. He's in the dirt. He got to get the tarps. I mean, is he going for the jump?
I think someone needs to tell him the jump doesn't work anymore. I mean, style points, if you're going to go out, you might as well get some style points.
Yeah, we just need to get the tarps.
It's always tricky. It's always tricky when you spin around on a section of the mountain. But, I mean, here is we get a replay from that right front fender. just loops it on entry. I know the Corvette can sometimes be tough on downshift, smacks the wall hard. And I mean, he's on the racing line now, and now he just goes more on the racing line. I mean, it's such a difficult position, practically to the point that a toe is better for the sake of everyone else. But yeah, in the wall hard, rear wing gone, diffuser crumpled. I don't know. Maybe he could have pulled forward
is there a
slightly
way-
and tried backing up into that grass. I don't know.
I don't.
This is the
really
onboard
know.
I want to see right
With
here.
Daniel Nanny, yeah.
Yeah.
How bad of an offense was it?
And we know this is a blind corner. Oh man, just nowhere to go.
Actually, no. I'm going to give the credit here to Cummings. Nanny just is indecisive and just goes straight into him.
I guarantee you a local yellow was out at that point. I don't know what Jason Wallett's.
He's mad at Donovan Kennedy. He can't get by to let him go. I think he just finally let him go, but he's a lap down. If they give a wave around here, he may get his lap back. Hunter, whoever's in the lead may have just, gotten in it. He's asking for a Donovan Kennedy. Kennedy's going up the mountain while Wallett's going down the mountain. There's a very large discrepancy. That's going to be a long caution here, gents. I think we have plenty of opportunity to have some conversations with some people.
Let's see if we can't bring our leader in. That'd be a great idea.
Well, we'll talk to him second. I think we got so much time with this big track. I want to grab somebody in first I haven't had the opportunity to chat with before.
All right.
It's the Bone Man himself, Ben Fiore. How you doing? Welcome to the panel.
How are we doing? Good evening to you.
Welcome to the esteemed panel, if you will, Mr. Ben Fiore.
Oh, I am esteemed right now to be amongst the greatest chatters in all of CIO history.
Of course, what a panel it is. So,
Indeed.
ready for the day. We've been telling the people, we're going to ask you up to 6 questions here in this first round. We got 2 rounds of questions for you in this first round of 6 questions. Let me see how many I'm going to ask you here. I got a dice here. I'm going to ask you 5 questions. Ben, are you ready?
Oh, we are born ready. I mean, between this and my Lambo being crumbled, so let's go.
So we're actually going to roll to see which question I won't ask you. I'm not going to ask you question 2, which is honestly the question I wanted to ask you. But okay, so first question I'm going to ask you: would you eat a Vegemite sandwich?
Vegemite sandwich? I gotta say, you know what? I've never heard a bad thing about Vegemite sandwich, so I'd be willing to take the chance. I mean, you live once there, Nick, so I'll go for it.
Fair enough. We'll take it. Question number. Next question. Would you travel to Australia?
Absolutely. Like, who wouldn't want to come to Bathurst? I mean, Bathurst 1000, Bathurst 12-hour, supercars, best racing of Earth, and also arguably the best driver. Shane Van God's down here, so, can't complain with going to Australia, so.
Fair enough. Okay, so this question here, I will tell you if you get this question wrong, because I did research for this one.
All right.
Do you think Australia actually has spider insurance?
I gotta imagine they got it, right? Come on.
They do. It's an option that you
I was gonna say.
It's an option that you can add on your homeowner's insurance.
No.
Next question. What is your favorite Australian province/territory?
Favorite province? I mean, I only know about like Queensland and New South Wales. So flip a coin, I'd say New South Wales.
Fair enough. That is a very based answer, if you will. Last question I'm going to ask you before we go into round 2. What is your favorite racing series, either IRL or CIL?
Ooh,
what do you got?
I could give 2 answers for that. IRL, I'd say IndyCar. I mean, I'm kind of biased.
Good Lord, this man doesn't even love F1. I mean, it's so much better in terms of open wheel. Holy crap.
Listen, everybody, gather it up here for a sec. If you want to watch racing, you watch IndyCar. If you want to watch 20 millionaires go around in circles with bad regulations, you watch F1. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a great entertainment product, but if you want best racing, IndyCar clears by 1,000,000 miles. It's not even close.
Okay.
I can't even be that mad at that.
Thank you for defending. What's your what was going to be your other answer?
Oh yeah, for in sim, this could be a very controversial take. I'm gonna say Porsche Cup.
Wow.
I'm gonna be
Wow.
honest. I'm gonna be honest because
This guy wouldn't even pick the CIL. Why did we even
That's
bring him in here?
No, listen. I'm saying series like official series, like type of series. I mean, obviously for leagues, there is no better league than the CIL. Everyone, if you're watching, like and sub to CIL.
Yeah,
Wow, you actually think that Nick Stockner Run League is good? Man, you are
You are a special breed.
some kind of a weird man. All right, so now thank you for answering the first round of questions. Ricky, cue my intro. Welcome to the game show, Mr. Fiore. Welcome to the game show that I like to call Lightning Round. I'm your host, less filling, more taste. Here today on this game show, I'm going to ask you 3 questions. And you have to get all 3 of these questions right. And if you do, then you get to, thank your people, do the whole 9 yards as you will. And if you don't, if you get one of them wrong, what do we do to them, Ricky?
Well, we tell him to get out of here.
Exactly, that's what we do. Are you ready, Ben?
I was born ready, Nick. Let's do it.
More than fair. Okay, question number 1. Name a city in Australia that isn't Sydney or Melbourne.
Crap, we might be already out of this thing. Can we phone a friend here on this one? We're struggling.
Nope. Nope.
Oh man, Donovan Kennedy just got smacked by Zachary Whitty under caution here, guys.
This has to be a city, so
Has to be a city.
Mount Panorama. Does that technically count?
Nope, that's a feature of land. Get him out of here!
Get him out of here! Get him out of here!
Yeah,
Wow.
for
What a
those
bummer.
who were probably wondering, he could have just simply said Bathurst and we would have taken that as an answer. Don't understand why he wouldn't even do that. He's racing at it, for Christ's sakes.
What a shame, what a shame. I'll take this moment to announce a big news. Ben Fiore is the newest member of Vortex Motorsports. Not a strong showing for our newest member, but nonetheless.
That's not allowed. You can't say that. You can't say
my
that.
apologies. Sorry, Vortex
group
friend
of friends. You aren't a racing team. We don't allow large conglomerate teams in the CIL.
That is completely my bad.
For the ladies and gentlemen at home, here speaking from the CIL legal team, we do not condone those statements made by Ricky Paz. In fact, we're going to take him to sensitivity training afterwards. That's just simply not allowed. We can't have that here. Sorry.
Yeah,
Particularly to the people like Aiken Lamar out there that just get offended by racing teams. We're just not going to have that happen. We're so sorry.
Yeah, the rules change weekly around here, guys. I am extremely sorry as Castellanos hits a home run and it's a 4-0 ball game.
Right.
Well, sorry to interrupt you, Nick, but I believe we are coming to 1 to green here with this yellow. Yellows probably take quite a while around this very long Bathurst Mount Panorama circuit, but I have no problem with letting these guys pace it out, settle down. Only thing is, this is going to impact our strategy a little bit since fuel can last about 45 minutes, and a lot of people just made their pit stops. I mean, the majority of the field is only 4 or 5 laps into their stint. So I imagine this last pit stop, a lot of drivers are going to be eyeballing a splash and dash rather than taking tires. Lights are still on the pace car. We're going to have one more time around. I just want to be sure all these drivers have plenty of time to sort out their starting order. But yeah, I think strategy is going to get interesting later as Zachary Witt decides to get a 1X swerving under the pace car going into the grass. That's interesting. Well, sorry, Nick, back to you. Strategy is going to be fun.
It is. You're not wrong. I definitely don't take it as a bad thing. I think we got enough time left, however, though, to do one more round. Let's get him in here.
It'll be quick.
He's leading. You love him. You know him. It's Edwin and Ofray. Welcome to the panel.
I got dragged.
GT_Eddie, welcome to the esteemed panel, and we're going to try and keep this quick. You've only got a lap to get all this done. So, Nick, why don't we tell him the rules?
Well, round 1, we can have you ask anywhere between 1 or 6 questions. Depends on what I roll with this dice. And oh, thank God, it's only 1. So we're going to ask you only 1 question here.
Wow.
Get ready. We're going to have to make it solid for you. And it's question number 2. Best question of the night. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate the song Down Under by Men at Work.
What? Okay, I need to type that. Good thing I have Spotify up right now.
What?
Oh, he's
You
gonna pull it
wanna
up.
listen to it? What?
I never heard of it. Down Under by who?
By Men at Work.
Men at Work? Okay, listening to it right now.
Uh-huh.
All right, give him 10 seconds, gentlemen. 10.
Besides, it's 4 minutes for this entire pace lap.
I come from a land down under.
Oh, this song.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
this
the song.
Oh my god.
All right,
Yeah, I heard of
1
it.
to 10.
For a minute, something Vegemite sandwich.
I met a man from Brussels. He was 6'4" and full of muscles.
Oh, this is a bop here. All right.
Yeah.
All right, give us your rating, 1 to 10.
So based on my early first impressions, I'm giving it a 9.
Wow.
Good, solid
Very
rating. That's what
strong.
we want to hear. Thank you for the answer to that question. Ricky, cue my intro. Welcome, Edwin, to the game show. I am your host. Some guy hosting a game show. Are you willing to play it? It's called Lightning Round.
Lightning round, let's go.
All right, so here's the rules of Lightning Round. I'm going to ask you 3 questions. You have to get them all right, and if you do, we'll let you do the whole 9 yards. If you know, thank your family, the whole 9 yards. Otherwise, what do we do to them, Ricky?
Get him out of here.
Exactly what we do. So, Edwin, are you ready to play Lightning Round?
Let's do it.
All right, question number 1. Name a city in Australia that isn't Sydney or Melbourne.
No.
Oh, not again!
I was about to say New Zealand.
10,
Vortex group of friends has really been a shame tonight, guys.
9, 8,
Right.
7.
Welsh?
You're at one right
No.
now.
You're literally at 1.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Really, Bathurst?
Yes, that's
Yes.
an answer. Congratulations. Had to feed it to you. Question number 2. Name an Australian F1 winner that isn't Danny Rick or Oscar Piastri.
Nah, I'm out. I'm out.
Ricky.
Get him out of here! Get him out of here! Unbelievable! What a shame! Get him out of here!
I just can't with this guy. I mean, seriously. How on... Oh, I'm disappointed in the Vortex group of friends. I really just am.
Me too. Me too.
Your newest guy couldn't even get past question 1, and this guy, who claims to be an F1 fan, couldn't even give me Mark Webber as an answer. Christ almighty.
What an honest shame. I mean, it really is an honest shame. And, I'm going to have to go back to the Vortex group of friends tonight, and we're going to have a team meeting, and we're going to get this fixed. And rest assured, this will be sorted out for future races.
I hope. I would really hope. Otherwise, we're getting ready to go back green here.
All right, gentlemen, I'm going to need y'all to watch the field because I expect I'm going to have to clear a black flag here.
10-4, brother.
No problem. I'm watching the front. He's watching the rear.
As we go green here again, Edwin Ofre guns it coming out of hell corner.
You're
Jason
watching
is-
live to our esteemed race control. Ooh, a couple cars side by side here.
Let's
Ooh,
see, who got that
Parise
black
is
flag
getting-
again, Mr. Producer? I see it. All right.
Parise got up a spot.
You know what we say in NASCAR, Nick, about cautions?
The cautions breed cautions. You
And-
are correct in
And
that
I think
statement.
with this track, I mean, I wouldn't hold my breath definitely through these next few corners up the mountain.
The
Gail
tires got
Davidson's close to a leaf there, but there's no way you can make a pass happen right here as we watch Robert Kiesel Jr. 2 Mustangs going side by side. Who is that? Somebody forgot to submit their paint scheme. Mark Turek, Penn College of Tech, tried going side by side there as Jake Cummings is getting passed side by side with someone else.
Cummings was in the wall again there.
Yeah, Jake's and Davids again. Aiken Lamar is right on the bumper. Is that Drew?
It is Drew.
Drew is, I think, already laps down. I'm trying to find him. No, he's 13th. Drew's on the lead lap. I'm surprised. Good for Drew. We should totally drag him in for an interview, like right
We
now.
really
That'd be
Right
funny.
now,
But,
I think that's a great idea.
We'll
That
wait a
would
couple
be-
laps. We'll wait a couple laps. 'cause-
Yeah, we'll wait.
And he's dead. He's dead. Drew is dead. 123 just spun at the mountain, but he did a 360, so it's okay.
He's hurt. Well, guess what? That's a perfect time to pull him in here. You want to pull him in here?
Hang on, I'll put him in the waiting room. And then once he's on the mountain, we're going to have a chat with him. But he's still in the middle of danger right now, so let's let him get out of there first.
He's coming out of the mountain.
A lovely chat with him while he sits and fixes his car.
Yeah, he's coming out. Oh, we got a lot of cars behind him. They're very, back and forth back there. I think they're side by side. Who is that?
I don't think any wrecks have happened yet. I see that too. That's a McLaren up front. Oh,
Nick
Nick Henley's in the
off.
grass.
Nick Henley's off.
This is going to be huge. This is going to be huge.
Big.
They missed it. Oh my God. I want to see Nick Henley, car number 65. Good grief.
That was something.
Yeah, I'd love to get a replay of that. Probably. I know Mr. Producer Man is working on it, but that was nearly a sport. We nearly had to get the tarps, gentlemen.
Yeah, that's right.
We nearly had to get the tarps.
Well, that's not what we're looking for.
Here we are. We're getting close to it right here.
Well, this is pacing.
Oh,
All right, well, let's get Drew in here while our producer figures it out.
You're right. Drew Williams.
Howdy,
Welcome.
howdy.
Welcome to the panel. Are you here? You ready? You ready to do it live?
Let's do it.
hold on, gentlemen.
course.
Hold on. Before we start, we should mention that this is the first time that all 4 series directors have been on the stream at one time. This is history in the making for you folks watching at home.
This is incredible history in the making as we get to watch Drew Williams put it in the wall because you know what?
Oh, Lucas Moody! Lucas Moody!
Oh my God.
Again?
They're nearly 3 wide on the mountain. There's so much going on. No one's dead yet as we watch Drew die doing Porsche things. Clint Halterman is right on the butt of Lucas. We got to get Lucas live. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, Lucas
gets
4
the-
laps down, affecting late lap cars. Go figure.
Use Louise.
See if we
Oh
can't
my
get a
goodness.
replay of
And
that
we still
Lucas
haven't gotten a
Moody.
look at Nick Henley death about a lap ago. I've described it as well as I can. He just touches the grass going into the chase and flies across the track backwards. Thank God nobody hit him.
We're just all over the place when it comes to that. I think we may have a do we have a yes we do.
Henley
He went in the grass. Holy Jesus, he's in the dirt. He's going through and he missed every single
Jesus
one of them.
Right. Look, gentlemen, I said it, but we almost had to get the tarp.
That's
we
right.
did almost have to get the tarps. If I'm thinking right here, I'm thinking, oh God, get me back in there. No, I'm in the dirt. I'm gonna hit somebody. I'm gonna hit. Oh,
That cockpit view is crazy. You could practically wave to the people like as you fly by.
like, hello.
I
We can
guarantee
get the
you,
cars move out of that. We got to get Clint Halterman on that.
We
These-
do.
if these in-cars cams had faces, I'd love to see those.
That's a
Well,
code
we're
runner.
forgetting about Drew, folks.
That's right. We are forgetting about him because he's just that forgettable, people. But
Right.
yeah, that's right. So Drew, you ready for the first round?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So here at the panel, we got 6 possible questions of the day, and we're gonna roll a die to see just how many I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you 4 questions of the day. You ready?
Let's do it.
Perfectly fine. Question number 4. Let's ask you: do you think Australia actually has spider insurance?
I don't think so. I think Australia is,
Somebody
From
get
all
this
the-
man a book because he's
He's a
wrong.
non-believer.
There actually is spider insurance. It's an option that you can add to your homeowner's insurance. Drew, what do you think about that?
I forget that we race in a lot of first, second, third world countries, so it's hard to keep track of kind of the standard of what people here put themselves through.
Wow, Drew Williams being classist once again. Speaking for the words of the Seattle legal team, we're sending him to sensitivity training after this. We can't.
He almost killed someone.
We need to get a
my friend.
disclaimer. But okay, next question. Question number 5. What's your favorite Australian province / territory?
It's the wall.
I think that that the island of Phillip is my least favorite.
That's no
And, wherever Melbourne is, because that's
That's
the
New
only
South Wales.
Can't even
yeah,
pronounce
that's
it
the
right.
only relevant part of that country.
Fair
Wow.
enough, I guess.
Phillip Island is part of Victoria. You moron.
Golly, Bob.
Nick, you're gonna have a talk with your orange friend group. I mean, I think we're both
I know.
underperforming tonight. I think these friend
we-
groups are.
We just simply are. That's why
We
we
gotta do
have
something about these
we have
friend
to
groups.
we have to ban friend groups, don't we?
I think so. I think we're at that
Uh,
point right now.
Okay, question number 3. Would you travel to Australia?
I think I could see myself going to a race in Australia to protest.
A protest? What would you protest?
The existence. I think. Oh, what is Crump doing?
Wow, live reaction from the mirror of Drew Williams.
Gentlemen, I hate to say this, but we missed a pass for the lead.
Yeah, but you know
Nobody
what?
cares what they're doing.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's
that's
a Leaf
kind-
making a pass for the lead. That's
That's kind of inevitable.
no.
The guy's got damage. We're gonna talk to him later. I mean, golly, bum. Did anybody really think there was going to be a different winner? Didn't you really?
well. I'll
Sound
tell
off
you
the
exactly
comment.
what he did. Going into turn 2 a few laps ago, he just looks to the inside of Edwin. He's not really even there, and Edwin just lets a Leaf have it on the outside of turn 2. There's no camber, so there's
Well, I'm
nothing
gonna be
Edwin can
fair.
even
Edwin
do.
probably either had a code brown. He's like, I'm not gonna beat this guy. I'm just gonna let him have it. You know?
love
what I mean?
Yeah,
I
We
guarantee
riled
Edwin's
him
going to
up a
have
little
something to say post-race about BOP. Yeah, look, Edwin, buddy, loved having you in the booth, but you bent over and let him have it.
It just took it wide.
It was
Didn't
just
even
the
try.
wall.
Didn't even
Wow.
try. That's
I think we
sad.
just let him go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a sad. You know what? That might even be worthy of a podium interview. That's just too sad. We made
Yeah,
an
we're
interview.
going to scold him in the podium interview.
We're going to
gentlemen.
interview. I'm going to interview 4th instead, just to spite him. Okay.
All right, we still got to ask Drew a few more questions, I
yeah,
think.
Drew, we got to ask you one last question before we go on to round 2. Yet one of my favorite questions to ask you: on a scale of 1 to 10, rate the song "Down Under" by Men at Work.
Quality 3 in my book. Pales in comparison to some works from like Sheryl Crow, Nickelback.
You say AJR.
Are you making fun of Nickelback? We gotta really talk about your salary. It is not high enough. I mean, not low enough. Sorry, not low enough. I need to find a way to actually make you pay me back all that money.
Edwin's actually trying on a Leaf. Edwin is
he-
not giving up. I guess the power of the toe on these long straightaways is keeping him in with a shot, or just the power of the Akurwa.
The
is-
Akukwa.
The Akurwa is giving Edwin abilities he didn't know he had.
Can I file a protest
That's
mid-race? I have a lap car interfering me. Thomas Crump.
Oh God! You mean somebody who's actually doing better than you because you don't have a front bumper?
The lack of a front bumper is debilitating.
Are you telling me
bit.
that? Are you telling me that lap cars shouldn't be able to fight with the lead lap cars? Because
I do. I think that as everyone would agree, lap cars don't have rights.
wow,
And
I
should
think that's pretty hypocritical of a couple people. in
Nice
this
corner there,
discussion.
Drew.
You mean,
Someone's
finally-
top of Skyline right in front of Daniel Nanny. Daniel Nanny's involved. Top of Skyline.
Oh no! Oh, he's in the wall. Oh, that's heavy.
Oh
damage.
my gosh.
I think it's a track blocker. I think we need a caution. Jason Wallace said track blocker. I need a
Well,
caution.
Jason Wallace has a lot of things.
Jason Wallet says track blocker for my mother. Here he is out here. God, I'm sorry, Mom.
Yeah, that's not. Oh my God, that was a huge wreck. How many cars was that? Oh, that was one. Oh, I'm trying to remember who that is. I think Arpad Kovacs
That's what it looked like.
You know,
at McPhillamy Park.
Daniel Nanny has been hit
Who's
by
that in
2
front?
guys wrecking tonight.
Oh,
He hit that.
Arpad
Oh,
just hits the apex wall. Death ensues.
Wow.
Jesus.
oh, that's painful. That's painful.
Thankfully, Nanny
That poor
stops
guy.
on the left side of the track rather than the right, so drivers were still able to make their way through. Not a true track blocker here on
That-
board with Daniel Nanny.
Let's see.
is-
After this, let's see if we can get a view from Jason Wallet, because it seems like he's been seeing a lot of track blockers tonight, and I'm not really sure that we're seeing it that way.
I think Arpad makes contact with Jacob Dick, I believe, in that Porsche. Yeah,
I could
and
be.
I would like it on board
oh.
with Jason.
You know what?
to
I'm gonna feel bad for Nanny there, because Nanny, in all truthful honesty, saw daylight and got hit from behind. I feel bad for him for that one.
Arpad just hit apex wall.
So
honestly.
Jason Wallet, he calls track blocker like right here. That's not a track blocker by that point. Jason,
Jason.
we're gonna need to send him to sensitivity training. Also, back to another note.
I don't think sensitivity training.
Drew, we still got to ask Drew a question.
Mr. Drew Williams said that lap cars don't have rights. By the way, from the office of the legal team of CIL, we're going to send another round of sensitivity training. Lap cars do have rights. If you think you don't have rights, contact your local attorney. Back to the theory at hand. Drew, you still there?
Yep.
Quality. Ricky, give me my intro. Welcome, Drew, to the game show. I am your host, Bob Barker, here today to host this game show live. It's called Lightning Round. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, the rules of Lightning Round are simple, Drew. I'm going to ask you 3 questions. You have to get them all right. And if you do, you get to do the thanking your family, the whole 9 yards. And if you don't, what do we do to them, Ricky?
Get him out of here! Get him out of here!
That is exactly right, Ricky. That's exactly right. Drew, are you ready?
Yep, I'm gonna crush it.
Question number 1. Name a city in Australia that isn't Sydney or Melbourne.
Bathurst.
You're
you got one
absolutely
for one.
correct with that one. That's 1 for 1. Number 2. Name an Australian F1 winner that isn't Danny Rick or Oscar Piastri.
So, you know, there's a lot of great ones to choose from. I would choose my favorite wingman, much better wingman than some drivers in the CIL, but I think Mark Webber.
All
I
right,
think
fair
he's
enough.
being fed these answers.
That's 2 for 2, but he surely couldn't get this one right. He wasn't a fan back then. How many NASCAR Cup Series races have been won by Australians?
So you're going to get a lot of wrong answers tonight with people saying Shane Van Gisbergen. Shane Van Gisbergen is great, but like most things that are great, they're not from Australia. So you're going to have to go way back in the books to Marcus Ambrose.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and how many did he win?
How many did he win? Couple.
That's
You
not
gotta give me an actual number.
Number?
Yeah.
2.
Wow, he got it right. He got all 3 right. Congratulations, Drew. You're the second person to win game show. First person to win was Hunter. Seems that Orange Friend Group knows a thing or two about Australians. But
Still gotta go to that sensitivity training, though.
He still has to go to like 5 rounds.
Chris Parise is getting real close to Cale Davidson here for P3. Not close enough to make a move yet. Edwin's close to. We got a fight for 1, 2, and 3, 4 going on right now.
Good racing right here.
Do we really have a fight for it? He's there, but he's not really making a move.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you, Nick.
Well, fair enough. Drew, you have won game show. You've won the right for me to let you give us a take. What is on your mind right now?
What is on my mind?
Chris Parise gets past Cale Davidson in turn 1. That was a bold move to the inside. Sorry, Drew. Go ahead. Go ahead
on my
and
mind
slander my
is
favorite things. That's okay.
I enjoy this league. I enjoy coming to little rinky-dink tracks like this. But I really want to put the highlight for our viewers, our fans, everyone on the racing that matters. And the racing that matters is at the Coliseums of Speed.
Not lap cars,
places like Daytona International Speedway,
Right.
Homestead Miami Speedway, Darlington Raceway. These kind of tracks where drivers' skill is truly put to the test. I think somewhere like this, you're just going up a hill and down a hill. Everybody goes up a hill, down a hill. Do you know anyone who drives in a big circle? Have you seen roundabouts recently? They're crazy.
We just did them last night.
Well, I wouldn't talk to the esteemed panel about last night because all of us were outside the top 20, so maybe we'll ignore that idea.
So, Mr. Williams, you're telling me that going up a hill and down a hill is not that hard? Can you mind explaining to me why you're currently P17?
A lot of these guys, they watch Netflix, they watch their favorite. Ah!
Oh my! Oh my!
There goes Clint. Jake Cummins is going to try, but it's not going to happen.
Gentlemen,
Ricky, I think you can say the line,
I think
buddy.
we need to get him out of here. See you later, Grandpa.
oh, God. Oh, that's Ricky getting out of here.
You moved to Ricky.
I'm getting him out of here. Oh, Lordy Almighty. What the? You know, what on earth? Hey, did he get him out of here while he was driving? Oh, Lord.
I love, that was so perfectly timed. Like, Drew, why are you P17? It's like, well, these Netflix fan drivers. And then he just smacks the wall. Oh my goodness. Someone else gets by him. I think, I think he's pitting here.
He just might.
My goodness.
To the headphone wearers in the chat tonight, we apologize. We're gonna have to send him to another round of sensitivity training because he just can't scream into the mic like that. Oh God!
Well, gentlemen, back to the race. So Leaf P1, Edwin Onofre P2, still there, a little farther back. Parise's gotten by Cale Davidson for P3, but Cale is also there. He has not been left in the dust. And those are the closest battles we have on track, but it is worth noting. Note that time at the top left of your screen, we are past 40 minutes into this race. So the pit stop window is open.
Past 40 minutes to go, you mean? We're well over 40 minutes into this race, Brian. We're back to that an hour 20.
Yeah, 40 to go. Thank you, Nick. Which means the pit stop window is open. Drivers can pit basically at any point between now and they run out of gas. I think the pit stop times will effectively be the same across all the drivers. They have to put the same amount of fuel in the car. Some drivers may or may not take tires. Some drivers may or may not fix damage. So that's going to be something to keep an eye out for as we are now 38 minutes left in this race. All to play for still here in the Collegiate Sportscar Challenge. As Edwin looks to the outside of Muhammad Alif, Alif blocks. Edwin's not going to make it work around the outside, but I guarantee he's going to try for the switchback. Alif gets a good run through, and Edwin misses the apex anyway. So, you know, Edwin's just not been on a roll since his interview in here, gentlemen. I think we might have gotten into his mind a little bit too much.
Yeah, just like a typical admin meeting.
Did we?
I guess. I mean, he bent over and let Alif pass him, and now he had another great opportunity for an attack, and he just misses an apex.
Why do we have a specific Lucas Moody in the interview waiting? Luke?
I think we're ready for Lucas Moody. I got confirmation from Lucas Moody.
Is he doing? Hang on. Is he doing this because he wants one, or because we want him?
No, because me personally, I asked him. I'm trying to make right to my wrongs, and I know it's not going to be through Lucas Moody, but it would make for good TV.
It would be on character for him to put himself in the waiting room.
Yeah, well, let's just say he did that.
Let's bring him in.
By the way, Drew Williams retired after that scream. Oh, God, I hate this already.
You know, I think Drew Williams was just a little embarrassed. I mean, I would be too if that was me. So
I think that's taken Lamar misses his apex.
Danny Nenny also retired.
Lucas Moody, welcome to the interview waiting room with the esteemed panel, if you will.
Yeah. You there?
As soon as I go to respond, I crash the car.
Oh,
again.
my.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, there's a bit of a mix-up in the chicane, and there was a mix-up in the chicane as I went to pause my music, and the combination of one hand on the wheel and the crash was happening in front of me. I put it in the wall for like the 6th time today.
Well, you are nothing if not good TV, Mr. Moody. But let's get this interview on the road because we've got more important people to talk to.
That's so true.
If I've ever heard of it, Lucas. We got 2 rounds of questions today. This first round of questions, I can ask you up to 6. I'm gonna roll my dice here to see just how many I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you 1.
Oh wow!
I've gotten only 1 question from this die. That's unfortunate, but also maybe fortunate at the same time, depending on just how long you want to stay here.
I'm currently in the pits waiting for 3 minutes optic from repairs. So
yeah,
we've got all the time in the world.
Lucas Moody's being a bench warmer out there.
Question number 5 is the one I'm going to ask you, and the question is: What is your favorite Australian province or territory?
Okay, I don't know many of them.
Uh-huh.
I know New South Wales. I know that New South Wales exists, so I guess that one.
Extremely based, but you know what? We'll take it as an answer. Gentlemen, thoughts on that?
You know what? He answered quickly and correctly, so fine by me.
Fair enough.
Good
Fair
job,
enough. Okay. Lucas, first of all, I'm going to need to cue my music. Welcome, Lucas, to the game show. I am your host. Steve Harvey, I guess. I'm your
Maybe.
host, Steve Harvey.
We've got enough sensitivity training to go around. I mean, why not?
Here today to give you the game show called Lightning Round. Are you ready?
Of course.
Okay, of course he's ready. So the rules
Oh
of
my
Lightning
goodness,
Round
Hunter's
are-
dead. Hunter
Oh,
Haddisty's dead on the mountain.
Oh God! Oh no! No!
Go back 10 seconds. I saw that happen live.
Oh,
I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, Hunter.
Thomas Crump is going to come down right into a really bad spot right now.
I saw this happen live. That is the lapped car of Remy Arroyo ahead of him. I heard Hunter queue up on the radio on the straightaway between turns 1 and 2. Remy, please. And instead, Remy does the following. Oh, I tell you what, give me a cockpit like Robar of Hunter. That'd be perfect. I'd love to see that again. Unfortunate timing by the camera. Just coming down the hill into Skyline. Remy does an okay job. Misses that apex, but hits that apex okay. Hits that apex okay. Hunter gets a better run through here, and Remy just sits there.
Wow. Yeah, that's a bummer.
I mean, I think that's pretty slam dunk. If Hunter protests that post race, then Remy's for sure getting dinged. Good job by Hunter here. He scared the living crap out of me, but gets it turned around in a safe manner. Oh, he's crab walking.
Well, I do always
Tough
enjoy a
race.
good commercial break during the middle of my prices, right? What about you, Nick Stockner?
I mean, I do as well.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's
you know,
not good.
So that's definitely not good. That's
He's pulling it over. Yeah.
That's a part of it. So Lucas, welcome to the game show. This is called Lightning Round. You've agreed to play it. That's great. Rules are very simple. I'm going to ask you 3 questions. You have to get them all right. If you get them
Here's
right,
good now. Nice.
if you get them all right, you get to, do the whole 9 yards. You get to, thank your family if you have them, or, Miss Moody, whole 9 yards. If you don't,
Rudy,
what do we do to him, Ricky?
we're going to have to tell him to get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Exactly. So, are you ready to play, Lucas?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Fair enough. Okay, question number 1. Name a city in Australia that isn't Sydney or Melbourne.
Just a city.
Just a city. I just needed to name a city.
That's not Sydney or Melbourne.
Not Sydney or Melbourne. Just name me a city. There's plenty of them.
Yeah. Perth.
Perth. Fair enough.
That's one.
That's a Danny Rick file if I've ever heard one. Question number 2. Name an Australian F1 winner that isn't Danny Rick or Oscar Piastri.
Okay. Well, Mark Webber. That's easy.
Say it right.
Zohair Mirza,
What do you
Aiken
mean?
Lamar, dead at the bottom of the mountain.
You said Weber.
Weber. It's the V.
Aiken Lamar.
Weber.
What happened to Aiken?
And it looks like him and someone else got into it coming out of the Falcon corner.
Oh, yeah, coming out of Forest Elbow. Aiken Lamar, and that's Zohair Mirza up ahead. Zohair just gets wide, hits the wall, ricochets into Aiken.
Well,
Unfortunate.
I think Zohair just heard that Aiken Lamar hates friend groups and just, decided to have a little bit
Oh,
of...
there's a big wreck. Zohair Mirza is also dead again.
Zohair's dead
Mason
again?
Gay, Pierce Seeley, Aiken Lamar, Clint Halterman. I'm going to have to take a look at that.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
I'm not sure what
Zohair
happened.
just touches grass under braking. Yeah.
Oh, no.
There's
Oh,
nothing they
no.
can do.
Oh, that's a hit. Oh, that's another hit. Oh, that's 3 hits.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, he got Mason Gay. I think that is
Yeah,
Mason
you got one
Gay,
of my
right?
guys. There's an Auburn driver there involved, number 16.
Oh, that's just unfortunate.
Jeez
Back
Louise.
to the game show at hand. Lucas, you mispronounced it, but you got the second question correct. The third question is, How many NASCAR Cup Series races have been won by Australians?
Okay, well, SVG's one of them. That's all I can think of.
Well, you are wrong,
Hold
sir.
on. He didn't give his answer yet. Hold on. He's not done yet.
I was in the middle of talking still. But I'm pretty sure that there has to be another one, so I'm just going to say 2.
Well, okay.
Number of wins,
well-
2 is your final answer.
Yes, 2.
He's right, but he's also stupid.
You're right. You're right and you're wrong. 1, SVG is a Kiwi. He's not Australian.
Oh, he's New Zealand. Yes. Okay, my bad.
2, you are correct because there are 2 NASCAR Cup Series races won by Australians, but they are won by Marcus Ambrose. So I have to give it
I
to
have
you.
no idea who that is, but I'll take it.
Oh my God!
Ricky,
Take it to school.
We have a net. We've got a Netflix fan if I've ever heard of one in my entire life. That's just
Yeah.
Mrs. Moody, you're gonna have to send her to the corner when he gets
He's
home.
definitely not watching.
He's gonna be getting a bit of the corner, let me tell you.
That's poor.
Ricky, you know what to say, buddy.
Well, you know,
Oh, but he technically won.
He technically won, so I have to let him do it.
let's give him like half an interview for being half
So-
right. You know,
so
give
Lucas,
him.
you get to tell me. Give me a take. What is on your mind?
Right now?
If anything, talk to me about something.
Yeah. Being consistent and not being bad.
Okay.
Well, you know, that is the subject of the day.
You typically are bad. You know, that's okay though.
Well, scoreboard. Scoreboard.
You know, well, scoreboard. What scoreboard? I'm not even in the race.
Cup Series.
We're having a lot of fun up here, Mr. Moody. You don't seem like you're having a lot of fun down there.
No, when I'm driving with no damage is very fun. When Connor Bingle hits me, it's not fun.
Well,
You know, we often get hit by
that's
ping
just-
pong.
Welcome to CIL.
that's right.
All right.
I'm behind Andrew Voigt and quicker than him, but I'm a lap down.
We got anything else for Mr. Moody before we get?
Oh, that's a good question. Do lap cars have rights?
I'm just gonna stay behind him, I guess. Because I already let him by because I thought he was quicker than me, and I've caught back up to him.
Wow, producer says.
Is that Christian Hill saying I'm slow?
Well, you are
Mr. Watkins Glenn that's never finished a race there?
Whoa, I mean, you've got
All right,
5
we're
seconds.
getting smack talk. The viewers can't even hear, folks.
You've got 5 seconds
God.
to thank whoever you want before we get you out of here.
Lee bum.
Well, none of my family's watching this race because I didn't tell them it was happening. So,
What about your team?
oh my god, I'm about to crash. Holy crap, hold up.
All right, you know what?
I'm ashamed.
I'm gonna thank my Overwatch team, and then
Oh my God, he's
This-
kicked off from Vortex, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so
This-
sorry.
this
Get him
guy's
out of
an-
here! He's
this
freaking
guy's
gone.
an Overwatch player. I mean, you know, I've heard of worse things in life. That really just might be it.
Yeah.
Oh, don't
Something-
you even start!
Something about an R6 player, maybe? I don't know.
Rainbow Six Siege is way better than whatever. The answers are being fed somewhere, is what I'm being told. I want it to really.
That's absolutely incorrect. I would never.
Well, what's going on track, fellas? We got Jaime Placencia just got passed by one Clint Halterman. How did that happen? I think Jaime just pit. That's all that happened. We are getting into those pit stops, folks. Jaime Placencia is the first taker, it looks like. Actually, no, Mark Turek pit 3 laps ago. Cameron Stecklenburg pit 4 laps ago. But 1 through 9, pretty much, on your timing board, 1 through 9 has not pit in several laps, so we'll have to make a stop before the end of the race.
Ryan, talk to me about how important this pit stop is going to be for Edwin Enofer if he wants to make the overtake on a Leaf here.
That's a great point. I mean, you know, just so much as Edwin fueling a little bit less than a Leaf, maybe pitting after or before a Leaf and running some quick laps as lap traffic gets in the way, Edwin might actually have a run here. I imagine a Leaf is going to protect. Or not. Edwin thinks better of it. But yeah, I mean, you know, with Edwin so close to a Leaf, frequently within half a second almost all day as Clint Halterman hits the wall on my other screen. All Edwin needs to do is find a second anywhere. It could be his lap time out on track. It could be his pit entry. The pit entry at Bathurst is pretty fun to get right. It could be the pit stop itself. It could be sliding into the pit box. I mean, there are so many ways that you can gain time in a pit exchange, and Edwin needs basically nothing. I mean, he's on a Leafs bumper right now. So that is definitely going to be something to watch out for here in any manner of minutes. I'll be keeping my eye on that for sure so that we can make sure the viewers get a look at that as well. But I mean, it's anyone's game. Cleanest pit stop is winning this race.
Gentlemen, we've talked to a lot of people tonight. And we've talked to a lot of people from Orange Friend Group. And we've talked to a few people, a few disgraces from a Vortex group of friends.
Yeah.
I think we should try and find someone who's not on any team or any... Oh, sorry. Oh, man, another training for me. Sorry. Any friend group. Let's see if we can bring in Mr. Jaime Plasencia. I think that'd be a good interview for us here.
Yeah, let's do waiting room first.
Sure.
All right. Let's get him in here.
Mr. Jaime Plasencia, welcome to the esteemed panel, if you will.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Did you guys hear any of that? We were like discussing brain rot, and I'm embarrassed if you guys caught that.
Nope.
No, that's actually the reason why we drag you through 3 channels. So
Fantastic.
To get you to shut up before you say something you don't want to on air.
Noted. I will turn off streamer mode in my Discord next time.
But, you know,
what's up?
Welcome to the panel.
Hello.
I don't know if we've ever brought you on the panel before, but if we have,
panel debut.
Well,
Nope, first time.
First time on the panel. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's perfectly fine by me. Welcome to the panel. You know, tonight is a little bit different than usual for the panel, as every night's pretty much usually a little bit different for the panel. We're going to ask you 2 different rounds of questions. I'll get to round 2 later, but the first round of questions, I can ask you anywhere between 1 or 6 of them. I'm going to roll this dice here to see how many I'm going to ask you. Unfortunately, I'm only going to get to ask you 1. That's an unfortunate amount, but hopefully we ask you a good question. Let's see. Would you eat a Vegemite sandwich?
Great question.
Would I eat a Vegemite sandwich for the culture? Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Correct answer. You are right on the bumper. Who's that ahead of you? Who are you racing, buddy?
I am racing Clint.
Oh, we're on board with Clint.
Oh.
Behind you. Oh, I should.
He still has to pit. I'm all done. He still has to pit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So you're good to the end.
Jaime is actually the leader of people who have pit so far.
Wow, congratulations, buddy.
Thank you. I know this is like my highest I've ever been. I think the highest I've ever finished is P13 or something like that.
Well,
Yeah,
Mr.
you're definitely
Plasencia.
emerged as a stronger driver out of our newer sports car folks.
And it's
That's good to hear.
Mr. Plasencia, it is your lucky day because
Cue it up. Welcome, Jaime, to the game show. I am your host, Theodore Roosevelt. Welcome to the game show. It's called Lightning Round. Are you ready to play?
Ready.
The rules of Lightning Round are
Alif
very
is in. Alif is in, gentlemen. Sorry, Alif is in this time.
He is in the pits. You have
All right,
all the
we'll watch this, but I think you can keep going, Nick.
He has all the opportunity in the world. Lightning round is very simple. I'm going to ask you 3 questions. You have to get all 3 of them right. If you don't, what do we do to you, Ricky?
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
That's exactly what we do. So we will get you out of here if you don't get them right. But if you do get them right, then you get to thank your family, thank your sponsors, thank your team, thank your fans.
Whoa.
Sorry, sensitivity training. It's coming my way this week.
No teams in the CIL anymore.
You get to thank a lot of people. So, are you ready to play?
I'm ready. Let's hit it.
Fair enough. Question number 1. Name a city in Australia that isn't Sydney or Melbourne
Auckland.
That's in New Zealand. That is
No,
incorrect.
there's one in Australia. There's one in
Hold
Australia.
on. Let's look.
Go ahead and Google Mr. Pause.
Oh, don't ask me to. My
Oh,
job. is to
okay,
get
hang
him
on.
outta here.
I'm looking it up. Auckland, Australia.
We've all got jobs around here.
Roll point.
Is there an Auckland in Australia? I don't think I see one. There's an Auckland County.
Gotcha.
That is not a city. Get him out of here. Sorry, Mr. Yeah, goodbye. What a bummer.
Unfortunate. Well, we're looking at Edwin and Ofre on screen now. Unfortunate that Jaime got question 1 of the lightning round incorrect. I would love to hear his answers to some of the other questions, but I predict Edwin is going to pit here. I'm not sure. Mr. Relief has already pit, so it makes sense for Edwin to do the same thing. Nope, he is going to stay out and try to grow his advantage. I think I know what Edwin is doing. Edwin is going to try to make laps while his fuel tank has less fuel in it, hoping that his lap times are quicker than a Leaf's with more fuel.
Cale Davidson in the box.
Cale Davidson is in. Let's see where he emerges. I can't even see him on my... Oh, there he is. He's currently sitting P2. Cale's had a good run. Parise got past him for 3rd, and I think Cale's been 4th since, but they weren't very far apart either. We'll see how their pit stops shake up the order.
Overall, quiet day for him.
Slides into his box. I wish we had pit crew animations as the production team, as Edwin continues to cycle around in the actual lead, but we don't know if this is going to become the net lead.
He's got a 33-second gap now to a Leaf. I don't know if 33 seconds is enough time.
Cale Davidson comes out only about 10 car lengths behind Chris Parise. So that's maybe a 1-second gap on track. 17 minutes left. That 1-second gap could disappear at any moment.
It could, but also it couldn't. You never really know.
Well, I mean, it's up to Cale and Parise to make that happen because their pit crews aren't going to do it for him anymore. As Edwin makes his way down the mountain into Forest Elbow. Taking a look at Clint Halterman here on Jaime Placencio. We talked to Jaime just a few minutes ago. And Clint has not left Jaime's bumper, but I don't really think he's delivered any serious challenge. I think Clint has a little bit of damage on that right front fender. That might be part of it. But he's going to have to do just a little bit more if he wants to get by Jaime, get that position. Bathurst, despite its very long straightaways, you got to work if you want to set up the passing opportunity. I believe Edwin might be nearing the pit entry here. Don't think he's going to take this time, though. I think he's going to stay out as much as he can. It's been 23 laps since Edwin last came in. I'm not sure how far drivers can stretch it on these 75% fuel tanks, but I know Edwin's going to do as much as he can. As Clint and Jaime come down the mountain. No real change here. Fellas, do we want to get someone else here in the booth? I actually have a lovely idea. Why don't we get one Clint Halterman?
You know this isn't going to end well for him. He's chasing a guy down while we're talking to him. That's not going to end well.
Well, you know, every time we've brought him in, that's been the situation. So I think he
needs the practice. He needs the practice, gentlemen.
And then do it. Then just do it.
Welcome to the booth, Clint Halterman. We are the esteemed panel. I know last time we tried dragging you in while you were in the middle of the fight, you had a tough time, but you know what? That's what practice is for, buddy. And we're here to get you better at driving while yapping.
Yep, that's right.
So how's it going so far, Mr. Halterman?
Well, had to dodge a lot of things. I've about had a heart attack a couple of times. Dodging wrecks, dodging myself from trying to crash going down the mountain. I'm still somehow rolling, which is accomplishment. It's been an interesting race. I've got some wheel damage apparently, but I don't really feel it too bad. So I'm gonna pit here, I think, this next time by, and see where I come out. I think maybe I'm out for a top 10 still. I don't know exactly where I'm running, but yeah, it's been a bit of a crazy race, but I'm just happy to be alive at this moment.
Well, we've got a lovely treat for you today, Mr. Halterman.
Oh,
Nick,
boy.
would
we
you love to
do.
introduce him?
As Edwin calls, he's pitting in this lap. Mr. Alderman, we got 2 different rounds of questions that we're going to ask you tonight. We'll get to round 2 in a moment, but we're going to talk about round 1 first. I got this die here. I've got up to 6 questions that I can ask you. I'm going to see how many I'm going to ask you this evening.
All right.
And I'm going to ask you
There's
2.
Jacob
I'm going to
Hill.
ask you
Here's Edwin
2
Enough, right?
questions. Oh, you get 2 questions, Mr. Halterman. So let's see just exactly which 2 questions I'm asking you. First question. Do you think Australia actually has spider insurance?
Spider insurance.
There's a correct answer to this, by the way. Had to
Does
Google it today.
Australia have spider insurance?
Edwin is still in the box. He's coming out now. Hits the pit limiter. Alif is on the front stretch. Edwin is going to take the lead.
Wow,
By
congratulations.
several seconds. What I thought was going to
Wow.
happen. Don't you love when that happens?
Edwin Onofre. Good
Well,
job.
I've got to be honest. He was about half a second faster per lap those last few laps.
Because he had less fuel and Alif had more fuel. Edwin was
All right.
lighter.
Let's talk to Clint Halterman here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that Australia does have spider insurance.
You are correct. It's an option that you can add to homeowners insurance in Australia. Now, the second question I'm going to add to you this evening, sir, is... Would you eat a Vegemite sandwich?
I'm gonna have to say no.
Wow.
Really? First person to say that.
No, it doesn't seem very appealing to me. I'm sorry, Australia. Doesn't seem like it'd be very tasty, so I'm gonna go with no.
Huh.
Well, that happens sometimes, you know?
I have never even heard so much as a description of what Vegemite is like, so I don't even know how I would answer that question.
Or it's just a salty gel, or I don't know.
Well, I do believe we have an Australian in chat. I'll see if he can give us an explanation. But Nick Stockner, do you know what time it is?
I think it is. Cue the intro.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome, Clint, to the game show. Are you ready to play? My name is Zane Zipperflip, and I'm the host of this game show. It's called Lightning Round. Are you ready?
Sure. No better time than going up the mountain than now.
Perfect. You know, going up the mountain and hearing Price is Right music. Who could think of anything better? Certainly not me.
Upshift, Clint. You're holding forth a really long time. Good God.
The rules of game show are very simple. I'm going to ask you 3 questions. You have to get them right. Otherwise, what do we do to them, Ricky?
Get him out of here.
That's exactly what we do. Are you ready to play, Clint?
I guess so.
Go ahead and check your
Alright.
fuel on this straightaway, buddy.
Check your fuel and the whole 9
Check
yards.
my fuel. I got 9 laps of gas. We're good.
Perfect.
As
We got plenty of interview time.
Plenty of
we
time.
ask you first question. Name
Alright.
a city in Australia that isn't Sydney or Melbourne.
I'm going to go with Newcastle.
You are correct, sir. That is question number 1 now. Question number 2. Name an Australian F1 winner that isn't Danny Rick or Oscar Piastri.
Gonna go with Alan Jones.
The second one we've gotten today.
That would also be correct. Third question. How many NASCAR Cup Series races have been won by Australians?
Well, Shane Van Gisbergen is New Zealand, so he doesn't count. So I believe that leaves just one driver, and that would be the one and only Marcus Ambrose, 2-time Watkins Glen winner, 2011, 2012. Boom.
That is all 3.
Yeah, I mean we
Answers.
gotta look at answers being fed around here, guys.
No, I think Clint knows that.
Oh, I know Wheel, Ricky. Don't you worry.
He does,
right, brother.
He
All
does
right.
know some NASCAR.
Hold on, I'm
even,
wrecked.
He doesn't know how to wheel. You heard it here first.
I just know wheel. I didn't say I knew how to wheel.
Clint Frotterman.
He knows some NASCAR, even if he's a Jimmy Johnson fan, which is absolutely a travesty of epic proportions. Clint Halterman, you have one game show, which means you get to give us a take. What is on your mind? It could be racing, it could be anything, within reason, of course. What's on your mind?
A take. Let me.
I mean, we do have time, but we don't have that much time.
I'm trying to think.
These always turn into
I
Clint
think-
podcast.
I think, yeah, of course. I think we're gonna. We started the fire, I think, at Daytona, so I'm gonna reignite it here, Mr. Stockner, and we're gonna go with Jimmy Johnson is the GOAT. So that is.
For the love of God.
Not even
Jimmy
a take.
Johnson-
It is just a factual statement.
Jimmy
No,
Johnson
it's
did
not.
finish third in the 2025
He did.
Daytona 500.
49-year-old
Jeff
Jimmy
Gordon
Johnson.
finish
Yeah,
in the
where did Jeff
2025
Gordon?
Daytona?
Exactly.
Jeff
exactly.
Gordon finished as a winner as a team owner, so I don't know
Well,
what
I'm
y'all
not
are
sure.
on.
I'm not sure we're talking about GOAT team owners. We're talking about GOAT drivers here.
That is
Well,
exactly what we're talking
you know-
about. And last I checked, 7 is in fact bigger than 4.
That is very correct.
Oh yeah, buddy. Well, I go by Winston Cup points, and 7 is definitely bigger than 2. But that's okay.
Yeah, that's how many championships Jimmy has. So
No, Gordon would be a 7-time
All right,
champion.
gentlemen,
Winston
this
Cup
is
format.
going nowhere.
This is hypotheticals.
Well,
I don't
listen,
deal with hypotheticals.
Mr.
Oh
Halterman.
yeah, LeBron fan.
Whoa! All right, Mr. Halterman. Let me give you a quick definition of Vegemite here from our producer. Vegemite is a thick, dark brown, salty spread made from brewer's yeast, vegetable flavors, and spices. It's a staple food in Australia and is used as a condiment and seasoning. And right
like
from our
that.
chat from Mr. Killasapi, he says, Vegemite is the elixir of gods. It's like a yeast extract, very salty, but very yummy. Sometimes I'll have it straight from the jar. And also, Killasapi wants you to know, let's go Jimmy Johnson.
Let's go Jimmy Johnson. That's right.
I'm
Mr.
gonna-
Chat member, maybe I'll try Vegemite one time. It doesn't sound the best, most appealing
Appealing?
food in the world, but they're Australian. They get lots of things right, so maybe they're right about this thing too.
We
Well-
should bring it to Petite this year.
Someone who isn't getting things right is Connor Bingle, who has looped it in the worst possible spot. And someone else, Kel Davidson, fell to P4. Chris Parise now is P3 as we close the final minutes of this race.
That happened a while ago, Ricky, you dingus.
Oh, our Muhammad Ali almost just got murdered by Donovan Kennedy. That happened live.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
gentlemen, if there's something I could tell y'all right now, it's the fact that Edwin Onofre's last lap was quicker than our Muhammad Ali. I think we may be on hand to see for the first time ever somebody else win a points-paying CSC race. This is something beyond comprehension in this series.
I make fun of Alif regularly for not touching grass, and
He's touched a lot of walls. I think that makes up for something tonight.
Yeah, I think he might have touched a few walls tonight. He did just get held up by a lap car. Thank you, Mr. Halterman. We shall return you to your driver's channel.
To your Orange Friend group. Goodbye, Mr.
Orange
Halterman.
Friend group. I accuse Alif of not touching grass and putting a lot of time in practice and not putting a lot of time into. I'm
Going
not
to
gonna
class?
finish that sentence.
He does go to class. I can confirm that.
He gets lap time, but he doesn't get blank.
Okay, sensitivity training for Mr. Whitlock for his
Once again,
innuendo.
for those who don't know, Alif is a very conscious and practicing Muslim who doesn't believe in what he just said. So we're going to send Ryan to sensitivity training. Christ almighty.
But I don't think Edwin touches grass either.
All right. Well, we are gonna close out the stream. Thanks for watching. No, I'm just kidding.
Christ
2.5 minutes
almighty.
left, gentlemen. We're within 2 laps to the end of this race.
You mean 5.5? You mean 5.5 minutes left to go?
That actually could be correct.
That is a 5, not a 2, Ricky.
Well,
at
you know, I am a music major, so I can only count to 4.
You are correct. You are one of those music majors after all, attitude and all. But that's why we love you, because you're cuddly. Moving
right.
on.
Heard it here first.
You know, 5 minutes to go. He's up the hill. That's mighty close to that wall. A little bit too close for my liking. But you know, he's just having a ball. He complained that the Acura was too heavy. We gave him 1 extra kilogram back. There's going to be people that are going to be mad at us about that, I think, because he won the race. What if he had the extra kilogram?
Oh, that's right. Producer says he hasn't won yet. We'll see if that kilogram makes a difference here towards the end.
Well, you know what? I'm going to call it now. He's won the race. You know what? I'm doing it now. You know, put my money where my mouth is. Stockner Sportsbook has him down for a negative 15,000. Edmund Onofre has won this race. I'm calling it now.
Well, that may very well be true. But you know, a race that's not decided yet. The race for P3, Chris Parise and Cale Davidson, still bumper to bumper almost. Just a couple car lengths here in these last few laps.
You know, that is. You want to know someone that we haven't gotten to talk about, but yet is somehow actually running in the top 10? Matthew Nordberg's in 7.
Matthew Nordberg, my favorite drafting partner.
How has he done that? He's usually rage quitted and thrown the VR headset away by now.
That is a very common Nordberg thing. But do you think we might be able to talk to him before the end of this race?
Why don't we get him in here right now, gentlemen?
Sure.
Let's talk to him.
Before he wrecks on a back marker and rage quits.
Yeah, before he throws that VR towards the wall. Let's talk to him.
Mr. Nordberg, welcome to the panel. How you doing?
Could be better.
Yeah.
You know,
you also could be a lot worse.
You've been a lot worse before.
I don't know what I got pulled into immediately before I got pulled into here, but I got front left damage just now, like 10 seconds ago. At the elbow.
Lord!
Well, that might be one of the skill issues we've been talking about tonight.
Call that an issue of the panel, if you will. You ready to answer some questions?
No.
No?
No.
Well, too bad you're answering some. So, first round, we got 2 rounds of questions right now. First question here incoming. I'm going to first roll the dice. See how many questions you're answering.
Give them all 6.
You're answering all 6 questions.
That's right, baby.
We do have a bit of a race to talk about here in a moment.
Oh, don't you worry.
First person to get all 6 questions, lightning. Here we go, baby. Would you eat a Vegemite sandwich?
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, rate the song Down Under by Men at Work.
9.
Would you travel to Australia?
Absolutely.
Do you think Australia actually has spider insurance?
Probably, to be honest.
They do. Don't worry about it. Favorite Australian province/territory?
Queensland.
Would you? I think I've asked you. Would you travel to Australia?
Yes.
What is your favorite racing series, either IRL or CIL? What's your favorite?
IMSA.
Wow, this guy doesn't even like WEC. What a base man. Oh my God, that is so bad. Okay, cue up my music here, people. Welcome to the game show. I am your host, Woodrow, but don't have a paddle. I'm here today to talk to you, Mr. Nordberg, with a game show called Lightning Round. The rules are very simple. I'm going to ask you 3 questions. Get them right, you get to give us a take. Get them wrong, and we get you out of here.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here. That's exactly right. You ready to play?
Sure.
And name a city in Australia that isn't Sydney or Melbourne.
Perth. Shout out. You know who you are if you're listening. Shout out Ben, VWU.
Name an Australian F1 winner that isn't Danny Rick or Oscar Piastri.
Mark Webber.
Okay, fair enough. Third, how many NASCAR Cup Series races have been won by Australians?
More than one. Hold on. I'm still thinking here. We're white flag, by the way, boys.
That's right, white flag as we watch the end of this race. Hurry it up, buddy.
3.
Get him out of here! Get him out of here!
only 2. By the way, get us back on Edwin and Ofray. Back to him, please, if you can. He is down the hill. We are on the white flag, if you will, for the first year and some change ever since CSC has ever come back into fruition. A car by the name of R. Muhammad Leaf has always won these races when they pay for points. But tonight, for some way and somehow, he has been able to defeat the Titans, the actual Titans of the sport. He comes into the last corner. Winner of the Bathurst 2-hour is Edwin Onofre out of the University of North Texas. He beats R. Muhammad Ali. He slayed the giant. The man is now a CSC winner, gentlemen.
Chris Parise crosses the line, P3, right ahead of Cale Davidson for P4. Cale Davidson, sorry, that's a Leaf, giving a couple blinks congratulatory.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was just a fantastic, well-earned drive from Edwin. Turns out that 1 extra kilo I took out of his car made all the difference. I'm just kidding. Honestly, the real winner today was his strategy. I think he
Adam Willoughby crosses the line.
What he needed to do to beat a Leaf. I mean, that caution shook some things up, added some options for these drivers, and Edwin just picked the right option. Good result as always for a Leaf. I don't imagine he'll be too upset about a P2. And Chris Parise has got to be a shoe-in at this point for Rookie of the Year. I mean, I think he had a solid result at Daytona, if I remember correctly.
That would be right.
He got wrecked.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
He was quick at Daytona.
That's right.
And he was quick today.
In the Clash, quick in the VIR.
And he was quick in the Clash.
So Willoughby P5, Placencia P6, Matthew Nordberg P7, Marco P8, Robert Kiesel crosses the line P9, Mark Turek just crossed the line P10, Grant Schiller crosses the line currently as P11, Halterman crosses the line P12, Nick Henley crosses the line P13, Cameron Stecklenburg has still got a few corners to go, but he is the last car on the lead lap and will finish this race 14th, gentlemen.
Donovan Kennedy in P15 of the University of Delaware, P16, Andrew Voigt of Penn State, P17, Jason Wall out of Drexel, P18, I believe that's Riley Birkins out of New England College, P19 is Aiken Lamar out of Howard Community College, and P20 is Jake Cummings out of Converse University. The rest were further on down the field. It looks like there's Pierce Seeley out of Auburn with Keegan Calix, O'Hara Mirza, and Adrian Tubakovic out of St. Clair, respectively. Zachary White in 25th with Thomas Crump in 26th. Connor Bingle, 27th. Jacob Dick, 28th. Arpad Kovacs, 29th. And Lucas Moody finishing in 30th position. Further on down the order, most of these guys ended up in crashes, as I do believe, all the way down through Connor Greer in 40th, who finished 50 laps down. In fact, the race was 50 laps. Everyone behind him did not make it through the first lap of the
affair. It was 55.
Oh, no, oh yeah, never mind. Those 55 lap down cars were people who did not make the race on speed.
Yep.
Kelton Quick finishes dead last in 41st. The Daytona winner on Monday, dead last on Thursday. That is unfortunate, to say the least. Edwin is the alumni winner as well, so we're going to get 3 interviews at least. We got Willoughby also in the chat. We could talk to him about finishing 4th, but
I think this is a long stream. As much as I'd love to talk to Adam Willoughby,
unfortunately, we'll have to get to him next time. Instead, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna talk to the 3 people who ended up, being in a podium position. So first up, to get the rounds of the questions today, let's talk to Chris Parise. He finished in P3 from Stevens Institute of Technology, I think it is. Chris, How do you pronounce your last name?
Paris.
Chris
Paris.
Damn it.
We said it wrong again.
We're gonna forget this by the next month, but
Parise is technically the proper Italian pronunciation, so I won't be pissed.
Fair enough. That's exactly what we
We
said.
made that S a Z, buddy. Sorry to say it.
Welcome to the panel.
Esteemed panel.
The
Esteemed
esteemed panel, absolutely right.
If you will. Welcome. We got 2 rounds of questions for you today. But first, the first round of questions we can ask you up to 6, and we'll roll this dice to see how many I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you 2 questions.
You got it.
So here we go. Which question am I asking you? All right. Favorite Australian province or territory?
Perth.
That's not a province or territory.
That's okay. We'll move on.
Oh, a province.
Yeah.
My fault, OG.
You good?
I'm trying to think if I should make a gambling joke right now.
Go ahead.
Those are very well accepted on this panel.
They certainly are.
New South Wales.
Perfectly fine by me. That's perfectly fine. Next question is, what's your favorite racing series, either IRL or in the CIL? And just to give us your answer.
In CIL, I'm biased, obviously, because I only run one series, and that's this. But in real life, it's definitely going to be IMSA. Pratt Miller, hire me, please.
Well, first off, let's talk about your choice for CIL. You didn't pick the Cup Series, so clearly you're bad. Then let's talk about IMSA.
Like that.
You know, IMSA, buddy, WEC is just superior. I can't even with this guy. Get on to the second round of questions.
First round, Red Velvet, now IMSA. Who am I? You know.
Well,
This is a sham, honestly. I mean,
just get on to the second round, please. Cue it.
What?
Name my music.
What was
Ricky?
that?
Ricky.
Oh, sorry. Being called away by the production team.
Welcome to the game show, Chris. This is your host, Zane Zipperflip here, with the game show called Lightning Round. Are you ready to play?
I'm ready.
You are ready to play.
Doesn't sound like you're ready to ask any questions, Nick. I don't know.
Well, we're working it up, brother. All right, you drive the car and we run the panel. So you know, just break it down.
Fair point.
No problem. So, first question. Name a city in Australia that isn't Sydney or Melbourne.
Perth.
Okay, fair enough. That's first question's correct. Name an Australian F1 winner that isn't Danny Rick or Oscar Piastri.
Oh God. Pass.
Nope, that's not how this works.
That's not how that works. Fortunately, you got that wrong.
Well, you can either make a gamble or you can get out of here. It's your choice.
You've lost the game show.
Unlucky.
Well, Chris, we'll let you thank one person on your way out.
Big thanks to my buddy Dom. He's the president of the Stevens Esports Club and was a big part in getting iRacing into the official Stevens Esports.
Heck
No problem. Thank
you, Dom. And we're gonna get him out of here. Goodbye, Christian and Parise. Paris.
Got to remember that. Next up is a Leaf. Bring him in here.
Mr. R. Muhammad Alif, how's it going this evening?
Good.
Welcome to the panel. Are you ready for the questions of the day? Because we've got 2 rounds of them.
Yes.
He's been waiting all day. He's been waiting all day for this.
Yeah.
He's ready. He's ready. Let's go for it here. How many questions am I asking you? I'm asking you 3 questions. So let's just see about how many questions. We're gonna ask you question number 5. What's your favorite Australian province/territory?
Melbourne, because I've been there before, and it's where Formula One is. So to be
Melbourne,
honestly,
it's-
I'll say Adelaide.
That's not a province, but
Those are
I
both
have no idea.
cities,
Yeah.
my friend.
Okay. I have no idea what. Yeah. But yeah.
Well, I guess we'll just move on to the next question, Nick.
Yeah.
I guess we will. I guess we will. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate the song "Down Under" by Men at Work.
I don't even. Oh wow! It's the first time I'm hearing
Oh my
that there is
goodness.
such a song.
I think we need to just move on.
I
Just move
come
on.
from a land down under. Do, do, do,
No.
do, do. No? Oh
No.
my gosh.
This
You
is
should-
this
you
is
should-
this is a rough
Someone
night.
had to. Yeah. Someone had, like, I know Ricky sang back home in Indiana. Someone had to sing that before this race.
Oh, you want yeah?
I
Listen,
should have
back
done that.
back home
Yeah.
again in Indiana was a nice treat for the race yesterday, but we are back home in Bathurst, Australia today, so
Yes, sir.
we won't be hearing any of that. But you know what? The disappointment continues to mount. Let's ask the third question.
Yeah.
Nick.
Yeah, well, let's just ask the third question here. I lost my die. There's another one here. Okay. Oh, that's the same question. Would you travel to Australia?
Absolutely. I would. This race, the Bathurst 12 hour, is on my bucket list to watch, and the Bathurst 1000. So
Of course.
Well, he's gained some respect back,
Yeah,
but
there's
Nick,
something.
we just got to move on, Nick.
I guess we are. I cue my music, please. Welcome, leave to the game show.
this is the song. Oh,
That's not that song. That's Price is Right.
yeah, that's what I'm
Lordy.
saying. That's what I'm
You
saying,
know, here we go. I'm your host, Zane Zipperflip. Welcome to the game show. It's called Lightning Round. The rules are
Okay.
very simple. I'm going to ask 3 questions. You have to
Okay.
get them right. If you don't, what do we do? Ricky?
Get him out of here.
Exactly, that's
Okay.
what we do. If you do make it to the end, then you get to thank your family, your friends, whole 9 yards, and you know you get to give us a take, if you will. Give us your best take if you get all 3 right. Are you ready to play?
Yeah, let's do it.
Of course, he's ready to play. Name a city in Australia that isn't Sydney or Melbourne.
Adelaide.
That's right. Name an Australian F1 winner that isn't Danny Rick or Oscar Piastri.
That's so easy, guys. Jack Brabham.
Good
That's the
answer.
first. That is a good answer. First Australian winner. Finally, you got that one. How many NASCAR Cup Series races have been won by Australians?
Oh my god. You just gave me the hardest one. Let's say 7.
That is incorrect.
Unbelievable.
The answer is 2. Marcus
Aw.
Ambrose is a 2-time Cup Series winner. Unfortunate
Dang.
there, Mr. Leaf. There's a consolation prize for finishing second. Thank 2 people.
2 people?
2 people.
I'll thank my mom and my dad. There you go.
Perfectly fine.
wonderful,
That is a
wonderful
wonderful way to end the evening. Thank you for finishing second, Mr. Leaf, and
Thank
we'll be
you.
seeing you again soon.
All right, bye-bye.
Goodbye, Mr. Relief. Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Get him out of here! Get him out of here, guys! Get him out of here! Unbelievable. All right, and that's enough of Mr. Relief. Let's
Ooh,
talk
we
to the
already-
winner
we
of
already
this
talked-
race.
We already talked to this guy, but I guess we got to talk to him again.
Well,
I
give
guess
him
we
the-
could give him a
Give him the
normal
lightning
interview.
round. No, give him the lightning round again. Just throw the book at him. If he didn't learn from last time, he's got to learn this time.
Maybe he will. Bring him in here.
Mr. Edwin and no break.
Onofre, welcome back to the panel. So now that you're back, I got one question for you. Do you want to play the game show again?
All right, we'll do it again.
Cue the music.
Sorry. It's taking a second. You know, we played this a lot tonight. Here we go. Bless your ears.
Welcome back, Edwin, to the game show. I am your host, Zane Zipperflip, back here today with another round of game show. You are ready to hear it live. I know you know the rules. You already played it and failed once. Name a city in Australia that isn't Sydney or Melbourne.
Oh no! I don't know. Wait.
We fed you the answer last time, Edwin.
No, I
Don't
was trying to think
disappoint the Vortex group of friends
No.
again.
Adelaide.
Adelaide.
Yeah,
There you
right. Well, we'll
go.
give it to him, I guess.
Great job.
I remember the patch notes. That's why.
Second question. Name an Australian F1 winner that isn't Denny Rick or Oscar Piastri.
Yeah, no.
You
Why
gotta
are we-
make a guess here.
Why are we
Please.
counting this again?
You gotta make a guess here, Mr. Netflix fan.
I only know the modern ones. I don't know any of the past ones. Nico
Really?
Rosberg, maybe? I don't know.
Nico Rosberg is not.
Yeah,
from
Nico
Australia.
Rosberg is German. Yeah, you literally just had to answer Mark Webber. I don't know how
I don't
you
remember him. Who remembers
Oh.
him?
Give him. Who remembers him?
People who
you know what?
care.
You know what? Give him the third question just to make him disappointed.
I wanted to listen to the third question.
He's not even going to get it right anyway, so what does it matter?
Third
Oh, really?
question was how many NASCAR Cup Series races have been won by Australians?
Yeah, the
Two.
crickets are speaking loud right now.
You got that right. How did he get that right? But he can't find out who Mark Webber is. He has that right.
Marcos Ambrose is just legendary. That's what.
Oh, what? This guy knows Marcus Ambrose, but doesn't know who Mark Webber is? I'm a NASCAR fan first, and even I think that's stupid.
Oh my! What?
Well, Edwin,
that's a
you know, you get to. First of all, congratulations on the first career win. I can't believe that you didn't get the game show right, and we gave you 2 tries at it. But as a consolation, you get to thank 3 people.
I get to thank the esteemed panel. I count you guys.
Okay.
Anyway, I count you guys as 3 people or so.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Second, Tech Sport Academy, because I just had a call with him regarding something very important to them. Tech Sport Racing, really. It's the SRO series. So I'd like to thank them for that. Third, last but not least, thank you guys. Thank you to my Twitch channel. Thank you to my family, friends. Thank you so much for the continued support. You know the drill. It's the same old, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares about that.
That's a lot of people. I only
yeah.
said to thank 3.
And
It's
still
time
no
to
thank to
get him out of here.
Get him out of here! No thanks to Vortex Racing friends. Get him out of here. Unbelievable. Goodbye. Well, we did a lot of getting him out of here tonight, and we did a lot of lightning rounds tonight. I think tonight was a night to remember, gentlemen, and we started half an hour late.
We played a lot of game shows.
We did.
I'm a little bit tired, honestly. You know, we if we had the whole 2 hours, maybe just maybe we could have spaced them out a little bit better, but we condensed them so fast. But we had a lot of things that you know, a lot of things go either right or wrong depending on how you look at it. We had a caution for the first time. We had a new winner for the first time in terms of points paying events. This is, if you want to go by also the unofficial races, this is our 4th different winner in CSC history, with Matthew Nordberg and Clint Halterman being, Jake Cummings, sorry. Jake Cummings being the only 2 other people to win a race in this series. But a lot of laughs, a lot of low moments, a lot of people parking it perpendicular to the road, local yellows, but it was a race, gentlemen.
It absolutely was. I think it was one of the better races we've seen, though. You know, I expected Bathurst to be a little bit of in a line, follow the leader, especially in regards to the mountain. But I mean, it worked out. We got a battle for the win. We got a battle for the last spot on the podium. And certainly some calamity happened farther back that I wasn't very happy to see, but it still kept things interesting. I hated to see good cars get taken out of good positions, but I mean, that's just the nature of Bathurst sometimes. You're at the mercy of yourself and your driving in the track, but also other people and the way they drive the track. So I think all things considered, it's unfortunate we got the broadcast started 30 minutes late. Apologies for those technical difficulties again, but good race. I certainly think so.
What a joy tonight was, gentlemen. As you know, I think all of us enjoy a good time with the esteemed panel, if you will. And we've got 2 more races coming up for this series and 2 more appearances for the esteemed panel. Scheduled appearances, if you will. Ryan Whitlock, why don't you tell us about those scheduled appearances?
Absolutely. Well, the next time this Collegiate Sportscar Challenge will be around is around Sebring International Raceway. That race is on March 20th. So in exactly 1 month. And I think that's lined up to be either the weekend or the Thursday before iRacing Sebring 12 hour, or maybe it's the Thursday after the real life Sebring 12 hour. I think it's around that time.
It's around that time.
That'll be good practice for the drivers, good hype for real life Sebring 12, and that will be a wet race as the sun sets. So today we had a dry race as the sun rose. Sebring will be sunset in the wet. And then on the 17th of April, the season finale is at the Nürburgring Nordschleife combined circuit. That's going to be a really tough challenge. Bathurst was tough, but the Nürburgring just might be tougher. No crazy weather, though. That's going to be in the dry during the day, and that is our season finale of a 4-race championship. Gentlemen, I think you can take it away regarding the next races your series go to.
Well, for the IndyCar Series, our Formula College World Championship, we will be heading to Suzuka International Racecourse next week for a banger that I absolutely believe will have great championship implications. The IndyCar Series championship points, if you weren't here last night, are shaken up right now, and it's anybody's game for the championship. So next week, week 6 of our 14-race calendar, it will definitely be a great race to catch right here on our YouTube channel.
Nick, you want to talk about your Cup Series, buddy?
Yeah, we got a race next week next Monday at Atlanta. We're ready for it. We're looking forward to it. The Nighthawks fly over the Hot Atlanta 200, presented by the University of North Georgia Esports. Looking forward to it. It's going to be one heck of an affair. Hope y'all can tune in.
Well, I think next week's going to be really fun. Suzuka's a great track. I think it's going to suit IndyCar pretty well. And New Atlanta is New Atlanta. So, we know that's going to be something.
That'll be a grand time.
So, without further ado, I think that was a fun time. This was the Bathurst 2-hour. I am the Collegiate Sportscar Challenge Director, Ryan Whitlock. Thank you all for joining us. Have a great night, everyone.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.